And this is just a point, because there was a Democrat member earlier today behind one of these microphones, giveaways to rich people. All righty. Look, I would love to be one of the top 1%. Yay. But they represent about 22% of all income, which is stunning. I believe we need dramatically more wealth income growth in, let's call it the lower quartiles. Great. You get that through productivity investment. But that 22% of income pays 40% of all U.S. income taxes. One more time, today's tax code is more progressive than before the Republicans' tax reform. How many times have you heard a Democrat come behind these microphones and tell the truth about that math? And if you actually take, I think this was, there was something on here saying if you actually did like the top 50% of income pay like 85 or something, let's see if I can find it on here as I'm just standing here staring. And I think it's on one of my next charts, but we have a remarkably progressive tax system. But that's on income taxes. And often when you hear people talk about taxes, they conflate things. Here's your payroll tax, but you're getting back, that's actually to fund those retirement benefits. How do you think you get your Social Security? How do you think you get your Medicaid? How do you think you get your unemployment? But the portion of income tax is actually remarkably progressive. The top 1% share of income taxes has increased over time. So this is sort of, let's see if I can make this work. So last year, in let's call it 21, 45% of all income taxes were paid by that top 1%. Now look, we may have the reality of having to deal with all these tax brackets, but it's so hard to make public policy when you have people polluting the minds of the American public with things that are fake. Look, I think there was a senator from New York that used to say, you're welcome to your own opinion, but you're not welcome to your own facts. The facts are the facts are the facts. And if you're going to do hard things and hard math, can we at least agree? And I get, this one came from Tax Foundation. That's a nonpartisan group. So, look, so let's actually walk through ideas. Okay, so we're going to have to fix the expirations on the tax code. We have an incoming president that has ambitions of how do we help, particularly the working middle class. You have people like me who are terrified of the speed and the growth of debt for my own retirement, let alone my kids. Remember, my 2.5-year-old, the math says he will now be part of the first generation that will be poorer than his parents. The math says today, when he is 23 years old, 24 years old, U.S. taxes will have to, all U.S. taxes, from tariffs down to income taxes, everything will have to have doubled just to maintain baseline spending. It's demographics. We got old as a society, we're getting older as a society, and starting in 1990, the number of children we had started falling. It's math. So if I came to you right now and said, all right, let's think like economists. Let's do the morality that we believe growth is moral. It's also the American birthright. So one of the tax issues we need to work on is the two things that had some of the greatest impact in growing the U.S. economy was, one, expensing. You're the company, you're going to buy a new piece of equipment so you can make things better, faster, cheaper. And how do you pay people more money? Inflation, well, that doesn't get you anything. So productivity. You pay your workers more because they're more productive, and investments in plant and equipment mean you're more productive. We show in all sorts of charts that ability to buy that piece of equipment and expense it. And that's not a tax cut, it's a timing effect. You could depreciate it over 7 years or take it right now. If you do the long run, the Treasury still gets the same money. They actually get more by expensing because you're going to cut your investment cycle and becoming more productive is faster. Great. Well, there's a second half of that, and that was expensing for research and development. You're going to spend money trying to come up with the new pharmaceutical or the new piece of technology or a new, better, faster way to do something. It's expensive because often they fail. But that's how you stay ahead of the world and you keep the United States as an innovation leader. Well, we're doing some math right now saying what happens if you were to come back, reinstate that expensing for research and development, but now we're being told we don't really have enough people with the advanced STEM degrees to actually do some of that hard science. So what would happen if you said, we're going to do this as tax policy, but we need the other policy of, we need to go to a talent-based immigration system. As President Trump said, we're insane. We educate people and then we send them home.